Hi, everyone, and welcome to the London Community Week podcast, the show where we spotlight the brilliant minds shaping the future of community building across the UK and beyond. I'm your host, Kateryna Bova. If you are part of a startup, nonprofit, or global SaaS company, and you are driven by connection, real impact, and community first thinking, this space is for you. Quick thanks to Led by Community for making this podcast and the whole London Community Week possible. Today with us, amazing woman, Alla Zhdan, is a seasoned community strategist with over a decade of experience building and nurturing communities across both tech and non-tech spaces. Currently serving as community development lead at Women in Machine Learning and Data Science, she creates inclusive environments where knowledge sharing, visibility, and collaboration thrive, especially for women in ML, in AI, and in data science. Alla is also the founder of the Community Media, a platform supporting community professionals through curated resources, mentorship, and storytelling from across 40 plus European countries. Her work bridges strategy, content, and operations with a strong focus on impact-driven, data-informed community building. And also from leading large-scale events to mentoring the next generation of community managers, Alla brings both structure and heart to everything she does, always championing the people behind the platforms. Alla, welcome. It's an honor to have you here, and it's very special for me to see someone also from Ukraine.
Thank you, Kate, and thank you for this awesome intro. I'm so excited and so happy to be part of this awesome project and this initiative. And I'm ready to go to London and to see you all.
Wow. So, Alla, let's start with you. Briefly, tell us more about your role now and what communities are you currently involved with?
So I'm Alla Zhdan, and I'm a community person. You know, usually when I'm trying to talk about community management, I don't talk about it like community manager or community architect or community engagement specialist. I'm telling it like this: community person or community people, because I think we're all doing that, and it's not about management and not about engagement, but about engagement too, for sure. But the core thing is about being with people and wanting to help them and to create for them opportunities to develop, to scale their experience, and to grow both professionally and within their soft skills. That's what I'm doing within my domain and within the communities that I'm working with. So I'm like mainly working with tech communities, IT communities, ML, AI, data science, project management. That's my domain. And also I'm, like Kate said, made a platform for community builders where they can find the various resources, because I was like, there is lack of such resources for awesome people that I want to help somehow. And also I'm like part of Metaspilnota, where we are trying to build the community of Ukrainian community managers. So a lot of to do, and I'm very excited about all these projects, and I'm also mentor and speaker. And I think that when you reach a certain level of experience, it's I think it's just a must to share your skills and your cases and what you're doing with other community builders, community people.
100%. I'm also a member of Metaspilnota, and you guys do an amazing job. Maybe even we will see each other offline next week. So I appreciate this opportunity.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Okay, Alla, can you share how did you get started in community building? Was it something that you planned, or did it happen by chance?
It was 2012, I think, and I started with online communities. I was extremely interested in joining one community as moderator and to help people to gain benefits from the community, to interact with each other. And my part was to both check and moderate the community and check the comments and work with people, and also approve or like decline some posts within the community, because it was about sharing the ideas with a lot of people. And when I joined this community, there were like around 100 people, yes. And when I left it, there were like over 50,000. So it was quite a challenge, because one of
Wow.
my projects was to make Secret Santa for this community. And actually in this initiative participated 92 people within the community members from 72 countries. So it was quite a challenge, but I managed to like navigate them, and almost everyone, I think, because we cannot track all the presents, but they get at least excitement and nice mood, and this belonging to the community, that they can get a present from someone from a different part of the world. It was such an exciting and such a memorable project for me. So I started with a community like this, and it was a quite interesting experience, I should say. And then I had experience with marketing and copywriting, and also I supported offline communities, started to engage with the corporate ones, and also I joined a big corporate company within Ukraine and started to build community of project managers. It was I love project managers since then, and I think this is a great audience. So it was also a big part of my career. And then I moved to ML, AI, data science, and also I started more consulting various businesses and domains, because, community management is so wide, so interesting, so multi-level. And I just want to try everything, and I just want to listen to stories of community managers from all domains, all spheres and areas. That's why I started my small project where I meet and share stories of community managers from over 40 European countries.
Wow, it's amazing. I know that you do your best in every project that you are involved with. What motivates you? What motivates you to continue doing your work every day? What inspired you?
I think that community management is something that requires constant development, constant motivation and inspiration. That's why I think this is both like pros and cons of this profession. And what motivates me is to make something cool for people, and also to highlight people's experience. For instance, when I'm doing this project and I talk to community managers, I found out that we have a major imposter syndrome, and we are not doing much. We are just
Exactly.
event for 800 people who all said that it was amazing. No, nothing much. But then I highlight this experience, and I tell my interviewees that they are amazing, because they definitely are. And we as a community managers need that, because we and it's quite fair. We make awesome communities, and we step aside and make those communities shine. But do we have enough opportunities to shine as well? That's a question. That's why I'm trying to inspire myself and inspire others. And that's what drives me within community management.
Wow. Actually, your talk at London Community Week is coming up soon. Could you please share with us your topic? Maybe what will you be speaking about, and why do you think that this topic matters and is important?
Actually, I think that we maybe will keep a small secret regarding my topic, but I just want to tell that I applied with the 3 awesome topics. So each of them is quite interesting, but my heart is with one of these topics, and I hope that we can talk about it. But if we won't talk about it during my speech, you are welcome to come to me during the conference and ask me more about that, because I definitely will prepare something for you for sure. So I'm interested in talking about leadership, because we are community people, and mainly we are not people who are part of the domain. If, for instance, if we build community of project managers, it's not obligatory that we are project manager, right? So that's
Yeah,
why
yeah.
you need to be like flexible, and you need to be aware of what is going on within the community. That's why I'm a big supporter of finding local and global leaders within your community who are actually doing this job, who are on the field, and who can be the bridge between you and your
Hmm.
stakeholders and the community. That's why it's partially something that I'm going to talk about.
Wow. You mentioned this leadership topic. I also think it's super important, super valuable topic. Maybe you can share also some like takeaways or some insights for our audience that they need to understand more about your speech.
I think that leadership is about long-term relationships and about long-term scenes. It's not something like game that you can do monthly or so. It's about building the whole program, the whole concept, and be with your leaders within all this way to recognize and to like show them to the community in the end of the like some period, for instance, a year. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking, and I'm like trying to send you the race of finding leaders for a long period of time and support them. So I think this is one of the points that for sure you'll be able to hear from me. And also it's about making changes and about collaborating with your leaders, both on designing what you're doing for the community, because if you're talking about ambassadors, they are mainly not influence the
Hmm.
community processes. They are not influence your ways to design the ways of community formats, content, and stuff. But if you talk about leaders, they can, and if you give them that opportunity, they can give you awesome insights.
I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward for your speech, for your performance. I'm 100% sure that it will be amazing. And actually, Ali, you have really huge experience in community building, community management, community leadership. Mm, what's one community moment you are most proud of, and why? Maybe you have some special story of you.
Actually, I think that there are a lot of proud moments that you, as a community manager, can meet and can have, and they are like they cannot be big, but they are
Mhm.
definitely important. For instance, if I know that within my community there is a person who found a job thanks to the connection that this person got within the community. For instance, we had an event, and there was a competition between our community members where they can win mentorship session with a awesome expert. And after this mentorship session, this person who won this opportunity actually landed a job. And
Amazing.
this is what about this is what community is about creating opportunities for people either to develop or find themselves within the community and get what they need. Yes. And also it's about bringing topics and making regular activities, and then you get a message from your community member who wants to be an expert and who said, I've been to several events and registered to almost every event, and now I want to speak. I feel like I have this strands, and I feel like I want to do it, and I'll bring the value. And we talk, and then this person brings this topic, and it's awesome because from the community member, this person transforms into community leader, community expert, and I think this is also a big win. And also, it's maybe will sound a bit selfish, but when I've been mentioned in research paper as a contributor, because I helped to share the knowledge about this research and within the community and helped personally somehow, and I got, and my name got into the research paper of one awesome AI related person. I think this is something big because in the end we are doing that for these people, and in the end if you bring that value that is palpable, that you can touch and you can see in this research, and there is my name, I think this is awesome.
It's awesome. I love that. I love all of these stories. What about failures? Maybe one mistake that ended up teaching you something important, because I know that we have a lot of mistakes, a lot of failures, and it's okay. But maybe you remember something super special that really teach you something valuable.
Sometimes we can assume and decide for the community what they actually need. And this is the
Mm-hmm.
case where you most likely can fail, and you can be challenged, and you can get this mistake. So my advice is not to decide for the community and not to think, okay, I don't have enough time to ask my leaders, or I don't have enough time to make user interviews, or I don't have enough time to ask and send the survey to my community. I'll just try to bring it and maybe it will work. You need to be a good strategist. That's why a
Mm-hmm.
strategic mindset is extremely important for community managers. And also when we made the research of state of Ukrainian community management and asked our local people, yes, so what they are thinking about hard and soft skills, one of the hard skills mentioned by our people was like strategic mindset. So you
Mm-hmm.
need to have that, and you need to like learn how to get it. So it could be a mistake, and I'm sure I made such mistakes when I assumed something and didn't test it and try it.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's okay because everyone did that. But reflection is core, because after reflection we understand what we need to improve, how we need to move. Then, and yeah, failures are our good teachers. So thank you for sharing.
True story.
Yeah, yeah. Let's talk about trends. Maybe you have big shift or trends in the community world, community building you are paying close attention to, or you are following to.
I think that gamification in general is a huge theme right now and become more and more important for community builders, people who work with communities, because we need to find new ways to engage our audience, and you just need to make everything interactive and shiny and cool, and you need to grab the attention of your community members every short period of time. Like what is I think 4 minutes, people can listen to you for 4 minutes and they need to do something else, or they will just do something that they wanted to do. They'll check their phone, they'll try to pat the cat or do something else. So you
Mm-hmm.
need to interact with people and you need to engage them. And I think that gamification is one of the awesome tools. And also combined with AI tools, it could be a big shift for you. Because, for instance, maybe I'm going to talk about leaders and how I engage them. And back then I counted and I worked with everything manually. So now we can do a lot with AI tools, and I think it's something that could be implemented, and it's something that you can also pay attention to as a trend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in general, AI tools are the trend, but I think they need to be case by case applied. If you are doing onboarding, for instance, you can maybe use Hagen and make your avatar and introduce the community via this awesome tool. And you don't need to do it via calls every week or every month. You can maybe substitute it with something else. But that's just the case. And I think that AI is good, but if you know how, you can implement it for sure. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and I think that in general, the general trends within community management is automation and optimization. So this is everything that I hear from my community fellows, community managers, friends, and people who are working with communities. And when we made one event and we got 30 replies, what the people are interested in, half of them, I think, and even more, were like automatization. I want that. I want to save time for something cool. I want to design stuff. I want to make new formats. I want to create new content formats. I don't want to do boring things. I want to automate everything that is possible to automate.
You actually mentioned AI tool. What's another go-to tool, method, or practices you recommended to follow other community managers?
Among AI tools, yes?
You said about AI tools. Maybe you can share more about AI tools or another tools,
Okay.
methods, practices. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that you should pay attention to kudoses, like kudos, thank you, small thank you notes, or small thank you things, gifts that can like spice up and can make your interaction with community and between each other better. For instance, if we talk about Slack, there is a Matter chatbot that you can use, and it can help you to recognize your fellow community members. Each Friday you can launch it, and it will encourage people to give feedbacks and send those kudoses based on your like goals and the like values of your company. So you can apply it to that. If you talk about the other platforms, I think there are a lot of free options, and also I liked one tool that is like virtual card that could be signed virtually by your coworkers. For instance, if you have a happy birthday and they just want
Amazing
to
tool.
make you a postcard and sign everyone, because we are not in offices right now, so it would be challenging to gather everyone to sign you a postcard. But this tool can actually do that, and it's not about only birthdays. It could be any holiday, any milestone that you can make. So I am about this. I'm about something nice and something that can make your mood and make your, I don't know, state, vibe better.
I have also my favorite question about
Okay.
business impact. Um, what do you think? How is better, or how do you connect community building with real business outcomes? How to measure impact for businesses, for organizations when we are doing communities for them?
I think that the most important thing that is not, I think, present in various corporate communities, for instance, is connecting your intake into community with your like metrics and the job profile and like reviews. Because if you want to get promotion, there is a list of key and non-key criteria that you need to meet to get promoted. But is community management intake always taken into account into these criteria? I don't think so. That's why I'm a big advocate of that. And if and when I work with corporate communities, any types, like project managers, business analysts, designers, etc. So any community that you can imagine, there should be like direct connection between the intake that you are making and it influence on your promotion. That can actually influence the business, because if you understand that you need to do stuff for your community, you need to also not forget mention that you wrote an article and add it and send it to community manager, or you actually created your own course within the company and you made it for people and you got awesome NPS score. That's amazing, and that should and could and must influence your performance, yes, and should be a part of your performance review. And when you are motivated, when you understand that what you're doing is actually matters and actually influences your promotion, your salary, and so on, that's what actually makes community matter within the corporate companies, within other companies. So I think this is big like business value of corporate communities, for instance. And also it's about monetization. Yes, I think that you need to understand and find out what is your strategy to make your community from free one, where people engage and talk to each other, to the subscription based, for instance, where you bring value, but at the same time you get also like intake from your community members. So I think it's also what is directly influence your business and also business with which you are working. So monetization is like a huge thing, and also it's one of the biggest challenges within Ukrainian community managers, and I think not only Ukrainian community managers. So this is a big thing, and yeah.
Influence and monetization.
Yeah,
like a
promotion criteria that influence and community intake that influence it, and also I think that monetization is
Yeah, I think it's super important, especially for guys who are just starting their journey in community, because when you're just starting, you don't understand what to do, what to measure, how to connect everything. Do you have maybe some advices for guys who are just starting in community management today? Advice from you?
You'd be extremely surprised, but you need to be first of all a project manager, but not a community manager. It can be a bit puzzling and confusing. Why project management? But in the end, each community and small projects within it is also about managing projects and managing situations and people within this like domain, within this your space. Yes, so you need to learn basics of project management for sure. And I think that core courses, you don't need to read the PM book from start to the end and land with agile courses. But if you like that, why not? But you need to understand some core things about procurement management, about change management, about time management, about HR management, and about other managements that are inside this sphere. And also, I think that you need to learn a lot about communications, because it's about internal and external ones, and nice course where you can be challenged and you can think that I'm writing an amazing text. What are you talking about, Alla? But in the end, you are not a social media manager and you are not a copywriter, but you need to at least understand how to bring to the social media manager or copywriter or people with you are working closely your idea that they can pass to the external community, because they mainly work with external community while you're working with your internal community. Because internal communications is one thing because you know your people and you understand how to talk to them, and you can like drop a line and it will be awesome. But if you go in externally and we try to reach external audience, it's a different beast, and you need to understand how to tame it. This is the second thing. And I think I had something else. Oh, yeah, community management. You need to learn that too. Surprise, surprise. But yeah, you need to understand that it's a complex system where you need to understand things about events. You need to understand a lot in terms of empathy, because this is the main soft, or maybe it's a hard skill of community managers. Yeah, we can meet in London and talk about it, whether it's soft or hard skill. I love these talks. So yeah, you need to understand what is about communities, and you need to learn a lot about your community. Because as my husband says, what is the owner of a house who doesn't know his or her house? It's a complicated phrase, but in Ukrainian it sounds more, natural.
Yeah.
But you need to know your people, and you need to know the domain in which you are working. So project management, these awesome communication skills, community management, three pillars. Yeah.
A lot of work, guys, a lot of work. But it's amazing journey. Yeah. If you had to describe your vision for the future of communities in 3 words or in one sentence, what would it be?
I think it will be gamified,
Mhm.
self-sustainable, and AI powered.
Powerful. Cool. Alla, thank you very much for such inspired speech, such inspired podcast. I had really big appreciation to like during our podcast, and it was super interesting to see you here online. Maybe in 1 week offline. I hope in 2 months is offline in London.
Yeah.
So thank you very much. Thank you very much for your time, for your experience, for your passion, for your energy. And I know that you are always open to sharing experience. And so, guys, follow Alla everywhere in LinkedIn, follow community platform. And yeah, thank you. Thank you very much for this amazing time together.
Thank you, Kate. And, it's always nice to meet people with whom you work together and with whom you had chance to meet both offline and online. I think it's a special call for me, and I'm happy that you made it smoothly. Thank you.
Cool. Okay, guys, see you in London and have a good, amazing day. Bye bye.